It's time to tinker and talk the night away. Grab your glue and paints, we're back again. It's model making day. From classic cars to soaring planes and steam trains on the track. Whether die-cast builds or part work kits, there's no turning back. So let's tinker and talk, just you and me, building dreams from plastic, one sprue at a time. You see, whether sanding down or fitting parts, we share the joy, that's how it starts. Come along, let's tinker and talk the night away. Oh, got a Mustang here and a Spitfire too, maybe a steam train. The smell of glue, the sound of chat, in this world we all remain. Got a tip or trick, then drop it in chat. We build as friends, not just fans. This bench is open, the stream is live. Come lend a helping hand. Yeah, we tinker and talk with laughs and care. The hobby's better when you've got good folks to share. From sanding wheels to fixing wings, we celebrate the little things. So come on in, let's tinker and talk the night away. Screws and glue, just me and you, talking shop till the model's through. A misstep here, a perfect fit. We cheer each other every bit. Let's tinker and talk under workshop lights, chasing calm and joy through long creative nights. From revel kits to die-cast dreams, we're builders, makers, part of a team. It's Tuesday night, let's tinker and talk the night away.
Good evening all, and welcome to another Tinker and Talk Tuesday. Now, I didn't know what I was going to be building tonight. I had a few options, so I left it up to you guys, and we have had a runaway success. So I am building the Rocker Space Shuttle. And as you can see, I haven't even opened it yet, so no idea how this build goes. I've not looked at any instructions or anything like that online, so it's going to be a case of I find out as you find out. So should be fun. I've seen the mechanics of it and how it all works, and I really liked it. So I said to the wife, I want it for my birthday. So that's what I got. And obviously, the runner-up for this voting was Bumblebee. So this one got the most votes. Bumblebee got the second amount of votes, and it seems no one's interested in the ugears GTR because that got 0 votes over both the chat poll and also the separate poll. So everyone wants to see a wooden model, but it just happened to be the Rocker Space Shuttle. So I'm just going to take you over to the bench and we'll get building. Hi everyone in chat. There's quite a few of you here today. Let's have a quick flick down. No, that is a tune done by Suno. So that was one I've just fed some details in and it created it for me. Everyone's saying the shuttle. Again. I got to be good because the wife's in here. Oh yeah, half term's fine. Cutting glass, but I'm actually on Spartan. So that's an Oktoberfest Spartan is what I'm actually on. To be fair, I'm just ignoring the kids. They're fending for themselves. I've been building part of the Agora Models diorama. So this is the latest thing I'm working on at the minute. I'm just about to see the relief on that. This is the Ghetto Blaster from the Living Daylights. Right, so the Rockwell Space Shuttle. Let's get the box open and we'll take a look at what we have. Now, not counting my chickens before they hatch, but I did get an interesting email today from back over at Fanhome. It would appear that I might be getting sponsorship for the 89 Batmobile. Now, I was always going to do the 89 Batmobile, but it looks like now Fanhome might actually sponsor it, which would be good. Kids don't make mess. Kids only make as much mess as you let them. If you duct tape them to the sofa, they can't do anything. No children were harmed in the making of this half term. Right, so looks like we've got a fair few bits and pieces. Now I do know obviously this has electronics. It's got lights and motors. We seem to have a little canopy there for the space shuttle. So they obviously couldn't make that bit out of wood, it seems. Don't know why, but I expected more sprues. Doesn't seem to be that many. Yeah, and if it does come to fruition, that would be my first sponsored build. So yeah, super happy hearing that. We've got a little tiny emery board. I'll probably be using the larger ones that I normally have. Did it give you any wax with this one? Is that what that is? Yeah, I think. Nope. I think there's a bit of plastic. Yeah. So they give you emery board, but it doesn't look like they give any wax. So we'll see how it goes together. I know with the ugears one needed a fair bit of wax to get it actually working. Right, so, and I do know actually, Howard Dash Riptide, he's built this already, and I'm pretty sure he said with mechanism you need wax. So, right, so we've got product safety instructions. I don't need those. The illustration must be retained, apparently. Well, get rid of that. And we have the magazine. Let's just do a zoom in. There we go. We'll have a quick look through. Is this camera looking a bit dark? Don't know if I can change that up or not. There we go. That's better. I've no idea. I don't know if it gives you an ETA build time, but there's quite a bit to do. So I'm going to say a few hours. Not all tonight is the basic answer. So not very much instructions. Obviously, you've got the little bit about the motors and the electronics there, and then it's straight into the build. And looks pretty clear on the instructions, which is good. It looks like we're building the base up first. Just have a quick flick through and then move on to the tower. I'm guessing the space shuttle and rocket, etc., will be the last things we build. Well, that looks all good. Couple of QR codes on the back there. Guess where you can get it from. I have not yet burnt a wooden model, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I've not built any of the rocker kits before, but I've done the ugears. I've done the ugears Cobra, and I really like that, so I figured I'll get this as well. But I've got the ugears GT that I haven't started yet, which again, something else that took my interest. Right, we'll put that over there a second, and let's try and work out what we need as the first parts. Now, can I assume that those are relative to the frets, like the ugears one? The ugears actually gives you a picture. Now, this is apparently 5 stars out of 6 for difficulty, so definitely need to send one to Wayne. I'm sure that will go around well. Right, so we've got some, like, I guess, window masks or things like that. Got another little bit of emery paper. Got some nicely printed parts. False sense of security. I thought it was only one per thing, but okay. There's a few more sprues than I originally anticipated. Right, let's see. A, C. So presumably they are all marked like that. B, excellent. So A, B, C, D. You didn't know you'd get a lesson in the alphabet today, did you? E. What do we need? F and K apparently. F is that one. G, H. I don't seem to have an I. Do I not have an I? That's J. And K. K is what I need as well. Okay, don't seem to have a sprue for I, but maybe that's a reason for that. Right, let's move. Put this down there. Put them on the floor. Right, so we need K5. First of all, that should be a nice big bit. There it is. Let's see how easily these pop out. I'll work out where it pops out. Is that just a spare piece? The whole thing, isn't it, pretty much? Oh, we've got a tool. Maybe I should look at the initial part of the instructions. Actually see what that tool is for. This is half the time just trying to get the parts out. Come on. There we go. Right, so K5. They do list actually all the bits you have. So K4 is another part we need, which is this one. Let's zoom that out a little bit. Yeah, I've seen so many of the rocker builds. I'm thinking like, yeah, I'd probably want one of everything. Right, we now need F13 and F9. That's F13. And F9. Here's that piece. Put that to one side for a second. Right, what am I doing? So we've got F13. That's going in those ones, and then slotting like so. That was nice and easy. And then this one, like that. Yes. That one then goes into, was it those three slots? Those three slots. Well, that went together very nicely. If the rest of it goes together that well, then I'll be happy. But we know that's not going to happen. I need F8 and F5 as well. Yeah. Yep, not long. Well, less than 2 weeks now. I'm literally just putting the finishing touches to it, which I say finishing touches, it's sort of like the window dressing is what I'm calling it. So I'm putting a few little Bond Easter eggs in. So, Ghetto Blaster, for instance, Odd Job's hat, some of the weapons, various bits and pieces, basically. Right, so we need F8, which is that one. And I also need F5. Oh, that's that one up there. Trying not to snap it. F8, F5, and K4. That's it. So this is going to go. That needs to go in there. This is going to go through there like that. And then this one is going to go this way around, I think. That's got to go on that tab. Ah, I see. Going to go on that tab there. It will go on that tab. And then on that tab, like that. There you go, we've made a start. That's the first page done. Next up, looks like we need some gears. We also need F6, F7, F14, and 2 F15s. There were 2 F15s. Don't really look like aircraft, but never mind. I wonder if it work better if I score them. Not really. There we go. F14, that's that one. And that just needs to go like that and like that. But I also do need to find a gear. Let's have a look. What's in the box? Not going to be that one. Oh, he actually has some tools. Some nail clippers, apparently. Pull those out. What's the electronics? What's a gear? This is what we need. so we've got a whole bunch of screws, clippers, screwdriver, some stickers. Excellent. Right, so we need P1. Is that what this is? Nope. I think that might be a screw. Oh, Z4. Z4, that one. And then looks like we do need a screw of some type. Are they going to be in this? Ah, I see. Bag 1 represents what number 1 in that. So P1 is in here, and presumably I'll have something called P9. I've only got P1, P2. What is P9? P9 just a tip. Oh, P9's the... Right. Okay, now I know. So P9 are the clippers that they are. So to cut off the gear. So don't need those because I use my sprue cutters. Right, we need that gear. We need F6 and F7, which are just here. Push that one out. Yep, not many. So that will go up if any get any new subscribers. Right, so this gear is going to go through that hole. On the front of that gear is going to go this wooden piece, followed by this piece. And I should have picked up the screw first, because that's not going to stay there. And it's a P1 screw we need. And I'm also going to use my Wero screwdriver, not the one they supplied. And obviously, if you ever need any Wero screwdrivers, head over to Mike Lane. He has got loads of them. And I think we're going to have to remagnetize my screwdriver. Again, you can get this from Mike as well. That's better. Hopefully it'll stay on there now. Right. Right, there we are. Now, I won't try and do that too tight, but I don't want it too loose at the same time. That should do. That spins freely. Then this piece is going to go in front of that. This way around. I am building the Rocker Space Shuttle. So, this little guy. Now need K1, K3. Yeah, that's K1. K3. I do like that the parts are etched on the parts themselves. If you saw the ugears build, they're next to the parts. So if you take them out like this, you don't necessarily know what parts you've got. So it makes it a little bit easier because on the instructions, you've got all the parts that you need listed down here. And then obviously they're still marked here as well. So if you take all the parts out first, it makes it a little bit easier. Some parts don't have them etched on, but bits that you can't see, looks like they do have them etched. That's great. We need F9. So the other F9. We need F19. There it is. And finally F16, which is that one. So the first bit is K1 and K3. And that's going to go through this hole. And then that is going to go in there, like so. Then we are putting that piece in there. We need F19, which is going to go in here apparently. Around. And then we have this piece, which is going across both of these parts. It will go in, just in case we get those all lined up. Yeah, that doesn't seem to like clip in as such. It sort of rests there. Oh, there we go. It actually did clip. Excellent. And that's 2 pages done. Flying through it. Hey, Bergdis. F17, F20, F28, and F29. So that's fine. Sprue F. F20. Hunt the part. There we go. F20. F17, which is just there. Gotta be careful with this one. This looks quite fragile. F29, F28. F29, F28. Okay, they look very similar. They're opposites of each other, looks like. So where are they going to go? Okay. So the difference is that they've got a printed side. Right. So is that all I need for this next section? I think so. So let's take this one first. And that's going to go in there. And then this one, is that a piece I need? It's got to be printed pieces, it's not etched. No. I see, that's got to go into that first slot. And then these parts, making note of the printed section, is going to go in there. And then this one, again, printed section out, goes in there. Is that the right way? Yeah, with that little chamfer going that way. Perfect. How did your van cope in snow? You can just do drifting with it all around the place. Surely you're just used to snow anyway. Right, so it looks like I've got a bit of electronics to do. So one of the first steps I should have done was basically a test. So I think I'm going to now do that. I was hoping I'd get further along without needing electronics, but clearly not. So let's pull out all the parts we need for that. I'm going to test that everything works. I could probably run them through Mike's test circuit pro. I bet that would work. Now, is there a difference between these motors? They're not marked. Well, one's got... okay. Yes, there's a different connector on each of them, so that's useful. So, that's motor 2. That's motor 1. We'll pull out the control board. I actually don't know how this is actually powered. Is it powered by USB? Looks like it. So, there's our circuit board. Looking very, very snazzy. And it looks like we need it that way up. I suppose it doesn't really matter considering I'm just testing it. We need this piece. Again, another little snazzy circuit board. We've got a limit switch on that as well. Right, so this one plugs into here. One way up or the other, I'm guessing. Looks like it's that way up. The motors. This one plugs in on the top here. And this one plugs into here. Now a single limit switch, which is going to go into that one. And then we've got these little fairy lights. A couple of limit switches on that one. This is going to go into that plug. And P11. P10, P11 are the motors. F1, 2, 3, and 4. We need F1, 2, and 3, and that's this one here. F1, F2, F3, and 2 lots of F4. That to one side. So we have F1. F4 going in there. Another one going in that side. That goes in at the back. And that one will go like that. Now I think this is just literally a test box. I don't know if this is actually something we're going to be using. Right. Need these limit switches. So doesn't really matter which one goes where, I guess. But I'll do it as they show. So that's going to go in like that. That one goes in like that. That one stays out by itself. And that one goes in like that. Right. So that's pressing all those down. Right, so this is actually the start switch. So I know what that is now. So after connecting power, the lamp string is always on. Touch the start button once, motor 1 run temporarily, motor 2 run temporarily. Touch the start switch again. Right, let's get some power to this. I'll try and work out what it's going to be doing. So theoretically, this will mean that all the lights will turn on. All the fairy lights will turn on. Well, that's a good start. We have some light. So if I press this button once, motor 1 will turn, which is the one on the yellow and white. So that definitely turned. Touch again, motor 2 should turn. Yep, it does. Pull out switch T3 and insert it again. So out and in. What should that do? Motor 2 stops running. Okay. Did it? Right, so that's running. Motor 2 is running. Yeah, that one stopped. And motor 1 runs. Yep, motor 1 runs continuously clockwise, so that's working. Excellent. 5. Pull out switch T2 and insert it again. The operation would be completed within 5 seconds. So we've got a flashing light here. motor 1 stops running and the lamp string and lamp board flash, and after that the lamp string becomes always on. Is that it? Okay, that's it. They've not said anything about this T1 as far as I can see. So that's running. Press that again. I don't know. Well, the motors turn, the lights turn on. So I'm happy that works. Everything looks like it works anyway. So happy with that. I guess that's safer. Right, so back to where we were. I need K15, which is this one. And then I need, I think it's this board. Yeah. So we just gently wiggle that out, hopefully. Well, these aren't going to fall out on their own. Come on. Don't think they've got any clips. Oh, not going to get very far with this, am I? If it's there you go. Out. Right. So that's all we need at the minute. We'll put that to one side. That's going to sit on there, and we need 2 P2 screws, which are these ones. I can see this build taking a long time to do. So what are we, like 20 to 9, and I've got a small base at the minute. Right, so let's get those in there. And only 5 more subs left to go. Right, so this is going to come down here. Do we have anything to go in those points there? Doesn't look like it. Looks like that's where we're going to, how we're going to screw it together. So this is going to come up through there. So try not to trap the cable. That's going to sit in that gap. And then we need M10. Oh, that's one of these translucent bits, I think. Yeah. Okay, useful to know. What sort of silicone, though? I've got some silicone spray, but I don't think I'm going to be spraying this with liquid silicone. What else do we need? We need F18 as well. F18. I've pulled that out, yeah, have I? No. F18. Any one of those? Yeah. I only need one F18. But I'm going to get both of them, am I? I bet. I'm going to try and avoid getting both of them. Ah, managed it. Okay. I'll check that out. Thank you. Oh, right, so this is going to go. I see. First of all, feed this wire under here. That will go out that way. This will hold this wire in place. Like that. And then that's going to set like so. We've got this translucent part that's going to then sit on top of that. And then we're using the P1 screws to secure those together. Got 4 of those. Right, that's one. Right, that's that. Then we need F30 and F26. D. So F30 is this one. Is that F30? No, F30 is that one. This is F26 I've got. Right. F26 and F30. And these are going to go. Where's this cable going? That's the important thing. I think that cable goes that way, so it doesn't go underneath this in a minute. This is going to go into here. Making sure it goes down all the way. Like so. And then this one is going to go just on the top here. So there we are. That's the sort of like the control center, I guess. I reckon we can get through one more page, because there doesn't seem to be much on this last page. Need F10 and 2 K8s. F10 and one of these. And 2 K8s. That's for now. K8. Here we go. Now we need 2 of those. Where's the other one? There it is. So this one is going into here, just there. That would have definitely been easier to put in without it being attached to the model. But it's in. It does have a big exclamation mark next to the bit, so obviously people pushing that down is going to snap that in half. But it's in there. And then on the bottom here, that's going in there, and then this one is going in here. Right, that's in there. Next bit we need G30. I don't have G up here. Where's G? G30. What does it look like? That one. It says tool on it. Oh, because it actually is a tool. That's why I need G30. Okay. I haven't worked out what the other tool's for yet. K14 is a tool. K6. So we don't actually need G for anything apart from that tool. K6, K9, K10, and K12. That's K6. K9 and K10, these ones. K12, we only need one of these. And then we're going to need some screws. P5, whatever P5 is. And a P16. So P5 is 20mm bar. That's that one. And then P16 is a shaft sleeve. I need 2 of those. Shaft sleeve. Where am I going to find those? Yeah. Not seeing them. Oh, these. I was expecting them to be black, but I'm sure that's those. So we need 2 of these. Come on. 1, 2. Right, so I've got 120mm, one of those. Right, so we also need 2 P1 screws. and taking this one and this way around. You're mounting this switch this way up. Now, just checking something. Okay, ideal. I saw that gap just there, and I was thinking, oh, I bet this cable's got to run through there. But luckily it doesn't. Right, so that's now mounted like that. You then need K12, which is this little piece, to go in there. Then we need apparently this test box. Oh, I think this is meant to be like a tool as well. So you can put that in there like that. Then take one of these. And then you take your little tool. And I'm going to need a solid bit of bench, so you might not be able to see this. And you push that down. And then that obviously sets the depth for you. So we've done that. We need this piece. This piece. And just trying to work out what I'm doing. That needs to go through there. That then needs to go through like that. And then we have this piece that's going to go and close it all up. That doesn't close very well, those screws there. I haven't put those in the wrong way around, have I? Nope, that's definitely how they go. Oh wait, have I put this on the backwards? I have put that on backwards. That'll do it. Where'd my little shaft go? Yeah, there it is. Right. Try doing this the right way around. That's going to go in there. Pull that back out of there. That will go in there. That then goes that way around. And pushes on there. And then we take this one. And that's going to push on the end there. Now, presumably, we need to do the same thing. Yep. So, getting our little tool. I'm going to push that on like so. So that bit will have to poke out that way, apparently. So with that done, what can I do with that now? We need to carry on, actually. Just for a little bit. I should get this mounted onto this piece. So yeah, let's got a couple more minutes. So let's finish off this page. And I'm going to need this P6, F22. What have I done with the sprue? Alright, let's quickly get this bit done. Let's find the bits I need first. F32. Basically, this is the start of the mechanism. It's going to mount up here. And I can't mount it without building the base. So get the base done, get the page finished, and then call it a night. So we've got that one, F32. It's going to be a small part. There they are. How many do I need? 2 of them. So I need both of those. F27. I need 2 of those. Got 3 in the sprue here. Can I get them to come out? Yep. I need 2. So am I going to need to set this? Yeah. So I need some more of those clear washers wherever I put them. 1, 2 of them. So again, use a little box. Set that one. And that goes through there. And then we need an F27, which is that one. Oh, we need K7. K7 is that one. So that's going to go into the bottom of here. K7 needs to slot in here, like that. And then we need F27 on the end. We need that one on there. And then we need another one of these clear ones. And again, just going to use a little tool to push that one on. I seem to have pushed that one in now. There you go, that's better. Right, so that's that like so. We then need to push that into this base with the cable running through that gap. Is that way around? Yeah. So we've got that in there like so. Check the position of the light wire. Oh, it's coming through there, so that's right. We need F22, 2 of those, and then we're almost done. Oh, no, one's F22, one's F25. 22, 25. So F22 is going to go into that one. F25 is going to go into that one. So we've got the printed detail on the outside. And then this, where's this cable going to go? That plug's going to go that way. I'm still wondering about that slot. It almost looks like that needs to go through there. But I haven't been asked to put it through there. I'm sure of it. That cable needs to be clipped through there apparently first. So clip that through there. I just want to finish the page. I've literally got 2 more bits to put in. And they're both the same. And they're right there. Oops. F33. And then these are going to go one in this way. And one in this way. There we go. Right, so we've got that mechanism. Literally no idea what that is at the minute. But it's got a switch on it. It's got a wire coming out there. But yeah, so that is page 8 in the magazine. But looks alright so far. No disasters. Actually quite liking the rocker kit, and I'm sure part of it actually goes together better than the ugears model. Seems to just be that little bit more precise, a little bit more crisp with the cutting, which is nice. Yeah, I'll be sleeping in the workshop tonight. Right, let's switch camera, and I will say goodbye to you all lot. I'll just get rid of that off the screen. But yeah, I'm enjoying that. That's actually a really nice build, and then an hour has just flown by. No stress, no problems. It just went together nicely. If the rest of the build goes like that, I'll be really, really happy. I'll probably even continue that next week. So if you want to see more of this one, so make sure you're subscribed. Obviously, only got a couple, one more subscriber, and one away from 2,000. Just need someone else to subscribe right now. But yeah, that's quite exciting. So completely distracted by that. So yeah. If you want to make sure you want to see more of this, obviously do make sure you hit the like button on the video below, and also make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you share the video as well. And hopefully I'll be able to do much more things like this in the future. And until next time, I'll see you around. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Really hoping that was going to click over to 2,000 just as I changed it. But cheers.